Everyone says Canada is expensive, but how expensive is it really? Today, I'm sharing my real monthly costs of living here in Metro Vancouver. From rent, groceries, transportation, and everything in between. If you're thinking about moving here in Canada, you might want to watch this first. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I am Marie. I came to Canada 2.5 years ago from the Philippines. And today, I'm going to share something that a lot of people are curious about. How much does it actually cost living in Canada, specifically in Metro Vancouver? Because before I moved here, I heard so many things. Some people say it's very expensive, and some people say it's manageable. So today, I'm going to show you my real expenses while living here in Metro Vancouver. Also, I'm actually thinking of making this into a mini-series here in my channel. It's gonna be called Immigrant Journey Series, where I share more about my experiences moving and living here in Canada. Yay! This video would be the part 2 of that series. So if you haven't seen the part 1 yet, you can click the video on the side and watch it after this video. So before I start, I'm just gonna put a quick disclaimer that these numbers are based on my personal experience while living here in Metro Vancouver. So I currently live solo with no spouse and no dependents. So my expenses might look different from those people who has family and also supporting kids. So this is just to give you a general idea of what my monthly expenses looks like. So these are my monthly expenses for March 2026. Let's start with the biggest expense, which is rent. Housing in Metro Vancouver is definitely one of the biggest expenses, and it also depends on the area and whether you're sharing or if you live alone. Actually, a lot of newcomers choose to share apartments or live with their relatives to save money. Right now, I pay 900 Canadian dollars inclusive of all utilities. It means that hydro, gas, internet are already included in my rent fee. So I have my private room with a large closet and also shared kitchen and bathroom. It has a private entrance of a home. My place is just 8-minute walk to the SkyTrain, which is very close and very convenient. Actually, a lot of people think that this is already cheap because most of the rooms nowadays, it will cost like 1,000 at the very least. In finding a place, you must decide what are your non-negotiables are. For me, I want a place that is close to SkyTrain or grocery stores since I don't have a car. And as much as possible, I want to avoid taking a bus in order to avoid delays or any traffic. And also, I don't want to wake up early just to commute. So convenience is my top priority. Another non-negotiable for me is also if it is soundproof. Since I want a place nearby a SkyTrain, I want it soundproof. It's because I'm a bit sensitive to noise when sleeping. Another one is it would be better to find a place that already includes utilities such as gas, hydro, or internet because this really saves me a lot of money. So for a comparison, in my previous place, I rented it for 1,300 Canadian dollars a month plus $28 monthly for the internet and hydro quarterly. That would total about 1,350 a month. I have my own private room with private washroom and also a private balcony. And it's also located just across the SkyTrain. So the reason why I moved out from that place is that when my mom and sister visited me here in Canada, I want to find a bigger place in order to accommodate them. And also, my previous place is not soundproof at all, so I can always hear the noises of the SkyTrain when it passes. And I also want to maximize my savings too. So I definitely recommend to find a reasonable price for rent that matches all your non-negotiables. And finding a place near SkyTrain or any bus stop is really helpful, especially if you don't have any car. I hope you can find a place where you can find peace and also you can rest very well. My next expense is groceries. So on average, I spend about $200 to $350 a month. It depends really on how much I cook, but for March 2026, I spent $340.77. So actually, I try to cook at home most of the time, and I also pack my lunch for my work in order to save money and to eat healthy. Groceries in Canada is really more expensive than in Philippines, especially the produce. Next is transportation. I usually take the SkyTrain going to work. And for the fares, it really depends on what zone are you going and what zone are you from. So monthly transit pass ranges from $111 to $201 depending on what zones. So here's the table from the TransLink. If you're from one zone going to the same zone, it's only $111 per month. While if you're going to the zone 2, you're going to have $149. And if you're gonna do to the zone 3, then you're gonna pay $201 per month. So actually, I don't pay any transportation costs since January this year. Yay! Since my company gave me a pay increase this year, and I negotiated if it would be possible to convert it into transportation pass, in which they agreed. Yay! So, another important tip is to negotiate. Public transportation here is really convenient, safe, and easy. I would recommend to check always the zones when renting a property or finding a job in order for you to save at least $40 to $90 a month. Next would be phone and subscription. So my phone plan is under Freedom and I pay $88.48 a month. This includes my iPhone 17 Pro 256 gig plus unlimited text worldwide and unlimited calls to Canada, US, and Mexico. Also, it includes 165 gigabytes of 5G internet that can also be used in Canada, US, and Mexico. On top of that, it also has 25 gig of 5G internet that I can use anywhere in the world. But before I got my phone plan, I only pay $40 a month. So the $40 is without a phone. And of course, we have the subscriptions, which includes Apple TV, Amazon Prime, Spotify, and etc. So I have the Apple iCloud 1 terabyte storage. It costs $14.55. Amazon Prime, $11.19. Apple TV for my MLS 2026, $16.79. Spotify is $7.16 for a total of $49.69 for the subscriptions. The next one is eating out or lifestyle. I also budget some of my money to treat myself from time to time. I must admit that since that I really love discovering new food and also discovering new restaurants, this part really costs me a lot. Sometimes my boyfriend and I and even my friends go out and eat, try restaurants, and also drink coffee and matcha. Usually, I spend $100 to $200 a month. But this month, the total that I spent for eating out, doing some go-karts and other activities is $267.13. This is a bit high since I also joined a lot of potluck events and also a lot of catching up dates with my friends. So if we roughly add everything together, rent $900, groceries $340.77, transportation is $0, phone is $88.48, subscriptions is $49.69, lifestyle is $267.13. So my total expense for March is $1,646.07. So my monthly expenses are around $1,600 to $1,800 a month. Living in Canada is definitely not cheap, especially in Metro Vancouver. But at the same time, there are also opportunities here. Career growth, independence, work-life balance, and also a different lifestyle. I think it really depends on your priorities and how you manage your finances. If you're planning to move to Canada, I hope this video will give you an insight or a general overview on how much really it costs living here in Canada, especially in Metro Vancouver. I hope this video is really helpful to you. And of course, everyone's situation is very different, but this is just my personal experience. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. And let me know in the comments, are you planning to move in Canada? Or if you're already living here, how much is the cost living in your own city? I would love to hear your experiences too. Thank you so much for watching and see you in the next episode of the Immigrant Journey series. Bye-bye! Actually, this is my university jacket here in Canada. It's so cute. KPU!